Well, hello everybody out there. Time for another update on the aquaponics because I've been a bit lazy, haven't done one recently. It's probably because of all the bushfires and everything else that we had down here. Yandera escaped thanks to the brave firefighters, and they did an excellent job, so everything remains standing. So okay, just a quick update. Now we'll start off in the tank. Got a bit creative, as you can see, as just a trial to see if I could raise seed sitting on the top. That is literally just coconut fibre that was in soak, and as you can actually see, it just dips down inside the tank, so the water essentially keeps it nice and wet. Lettuce have done really well. The English spinach, not too bad. The Chinese cabbage, yeah, not that good. So I'll be watching that, and if you look really carefully, you can see there's fish swimming around in there. I've had a couple die, but nothing that dramatic. Now, what is interesting is on the top is an experiment I'm going through at the moment, which is working extremely well. So I'm now designing a seed raising and tomato cloning facility in my new aquaponics expansion, which, I don't know if you can see it out there, will happen at the back of this. There'll be plans, and keep watching this space. So all I've literally done is I pick up one of these tubes. It literally looks like this. Then into it, and I should have done this before I started filming, but hang on. So literally all I do is drop in one of these things, a little peat pellet, and you drop that straight into there and it swells right up. So those are absolutely excellent because of the space you've got on the bottom of these things. All the roots and everything can escape. It's just a temporary thing. So, but here we go. These are my tomatoes that I've been cloning, and literally all you do is you take off a sucker and you plonk it straight in the soil, and it grows. So these ones have been in for a while. Sorry, these back ones have been in for a while, and yet you can actually see they've taken root. Don't think I can see any roots. Oh yes, you can just see one or two roots down there at the bottom. So those ones will be ready for planting out shortly. They've been in there about 2 weeks. So that gives you some ideas. Now initially when you put them in, like I've done with these ones here, they do wilt overnight, but then they spring back. So all I do is at the moment I'm just topping this water up. With the expansion, I'm going to have something that does it automatically, so it'll just sit in a bath which has got extremely low flow running water but at a constant height. So if we have a look up here, this is one of the tomatoes I literally just planted out today. So that's the first clone that's gone in there, and there's plenty of videos on how to clone tomatoes, but it's easy enough. All you do is you take a sucker. So if you can have a look, let's have a look at that one there. You can see that sucker right in the middle there that's sticking off there. In theory, what I could actually do is cut that off. Then all I do is trim it back, dump it in these little things, and off it goes, and saves an absolute heap of money. Those little pellets, these things here, I actually just bought a box of 500 from the local nursery. I did a deal with them, and so yeah, they work out extremely cheap. They're something like about 10 cents each. So in theory, 10 cents for a tomato, can't beat that. Right, okay, just quick look around the system. Have I changed much? Over there in the corner you'll actually see, if we can go right in a bit closer, you'll actually see I've got an air stone coming in. I was having some problems initially with the fish, and I wanted to eliminate everything, so I've just put an air stone in there to add a little bit of oxygen to the system, to see if that helped. And a combination of things. Look, I used to be in the Navy, so I believe in broadside. So, you know, if you're going to do something, do it properly. So I'll put antibiotics in there. I'll change some of the water. I'll put some aqua salt in there, and I'll put an air stone in there. So far, everything's been quite happy. Right, just as a quick one, we'll pan up. Look at that spinach. I'll probably even have to wander backwards. Look at the state of that spinach. That is silver beet, and that's going to be ready to harvest. I might leave 1 or 2 in there just so I can pick leaves off, but I'm wanting a big batch of that. Again, once this comes out, it's the smaller English spinach on this side which will be going in. So I'm hoping to flood that entire area with English spinach for picking it off. Spring onions, look at the size of those. Those are beautiful, ready to eat now. And the celery, yeah, look at it, absolutely gone nuts. So perfect. Never had any joy growing celery here, so it looks like my first ever celery that I'm going to be able to eat. So usually you have to pour too much water on it for being here, and it just doesn't work. So the lettuce, as you can actually see, a lot of them have just bolted to seed and been a complete disappointment. I think that may be more on the type. So I'm looking at the lettuce I'm actually raising over here is Buttercrisp, and the idea is that over in this area over here, along here, I'm going to have a deep water bed for raising lettuce. So it looks like that'll be a lot easier. Some of the other things I've got up in here, strawberries. Oh yes, one or two of you may have been seeing on there, but you can actually see, look at the strawberries that we've actually got on there. They have gone nuts, absolutely beautiful. You can see missing stalks where I've been picking them off and eating them. Lovely. So, and again, you know, the odd lettuce in there that's bolting, not a chance, all the lettuce is coming out. So on this side, what I'm actually going to do is now, this is going to become purely strawberries. I'm probably going to put, if you mind the mucky finger, I'm probably going to put another horizontal pipe going all the way across in here so I can actually put more strawberries in. That's the long-term plan. So, that's that bed. So we come over to the other side. Tomatoes are absolutely going mad. I won't put the camera up too high because the sun's in that area, so they are doing extremely well. And then behind that you can see the cucumbers. Let me just zoom in or walk in. Yeah, good old technology. So you can see the old cucumbers there, not too bad at all. So they're going, and there's a nice biggie right underneath there. So the cucumbers are forming away, so I'll be eating those soon. And you can actually see that on there, nice little tomatoes are coming out already. So I've got a mixture of grossless and tiny toms, so good combination of tomatoes. I might get some Roma tomatoes purely for Italian cooking and things like that, but we'll see at the moment. Stark contrast, if you have a look at these, all these tomatoes went in at the same time. These ones are actually in the bed itself at the bottom. You can see they haven't done that well, so that obviously means the way to go with tomatoes is in those NFT pipes. So that's the way to go. Onions, look at it, gonna have an onion fest. So these are all spring onions, really good, really healthy. I'll be harvesting those in and around when I need them. And right at the very back, it's been a bit, weather's been a bit funny, but the capsicum you can actually see has finally taken hold. It'll be starting and it comes through. We still do get, the nights are pretty cool here, so in theory, I don't think the peppers or capsicums or whatever you want to call them, I know as peppers, haven't really taken off that hard. So there is a couple buried behind the spinach in there, struggling away because of the lack of light. You can see them in there, but okay, as soon as the spinach comes out, that'll do well. So everything else seems to be doing fine. The system's running perfectly now, seems to be okay. I've just got a pipe in there for manually topping it up now and again. I was using that when I was cycling the water, because all I would do is put a siphon on one side, turn the tap on until the flow was exactly the same. That way then, you know, I could leave it for a couple of hours and the water would change itself automatically. So yeah, that's just about it. So okay, alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video for a second, and then what happens is I'll give you a walk around the new system, or the new Aquaponics. This is where it's going to be. Okay, well, this is where the Aquaponics is actually going to be expanded out from. That's the back of the Aquaponics greenhouse at the moment, and the idea is that I would come literally out here, as if you can see where that piece of wood is. It would come literally back straight across down here, when there is a mark on the ground. Be able to see it probably somewhere around there, and then it would actually run all the way down to that there. What it's going to do is give me about 5 meters by about 3.5, so a huge space. The main idea is going to be to have the deep water raft sitting over in this area here, sort of like that, big one there, and then down the back will be more NFT pipes like I've got there, but I will be putting in sort of beans and heaps more tomatoes, obviously, because I love tomatoes. But yeah, so construction sort of stopped at the moment because the ground is as hard as bullets, literally because of the lack of rain. And I'll show you, lack of rain. Grass is not supposed to be brown and crispy when you walk on it. It's supposed to be that colour. And look at that tree. I think that is a lime tree, but I think it's had enough. The rest of the trees are actually transplanted are okay. As you can see, that lime tree not happy. Mandarin tree sort of shed most of its leaves, but it's hanging on for dear life. Got a couple of extra ones, and then down there, so you can actually see the colour of the grass where the biocycle pumps out. That's what colour the grass is supposed to be, not that horrible brown crinkly colour. So it's supposed to start raining tonight. Blue skies, not a cloud in the sky. It's supposed to start raining tonight. If I say it hopefully enough, it'll actually happen. If it doesn't, check back here in a week or so. I'll be ordering some rubber wallpaper and probably bouncing around off the walls, because over there we have tank water. I don't know if you can see it underneath that mess, but I've actually got two tanks there. That one over there is a 10,000 litre tank, and that one there is a 27,000 litre tank. So we are all on tank water here. We don't have city mains water, which is absolutely lovely, except when it doesn't rain. So all the gutters lead into those there, and that's where we go. So okay, all right, that's it for the update, and hopefully it'll get some rain. Please give me some rain. Check back in a little while. I'll show you how the new section's going. Thank you. See you later, and comments as always.